Hi and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video I want to show you this yellow Victorian starter build that I built, and this one was built using only the base game and the Strangerville game pack. And now you could maybe ask yourself, Sunny, why are you building a Strangerville build now on a day where there are so much bigger news in the Sims community, where the trailer of the werewolf game pack just came out? And couldn't you do something more topical? And that has a very specific reason that I'm going to get into in a second, because I have a suspicion, a theory so to speak, concerning the new game pack. And I'm currently recording this voiceover before the game pack trailer has premiered, and I hope I'm going to manage to release it beforehand as well, but I can't promise that yet because I don't know, real life and stuff. But so there are three reasons why I decided to build a Strangerville inspired Victorian build. The first one was the simplest one, to be honest. It was that I was just inspired to build a Victorian build again. I'm just sort of switching styles to kind of like keep it fresh, keep myself motivated and inspired to build. And this time I found a super cute inspo pic for a yellow Victorian house, and I was like, yes, that is exactly what I want to do. And at first I thought it would not be possible to do this as a starter house because it looked fairly big, but I did manage to size it down a little and I managed to do it as a starter house, and I'm so happy and excited about it. I kept this, I think, at 19,600 simoleons, which is not that cheap, but it still works with the starter budget with like I think 2 Sims, and there's space in here for 2 Sims, so that fits. The second reason is probably the most interesting one, because this is concerning my theory of the werewolf game pack. So the Sims team in the last few days have been dropping some hints. They have been releasing secret messages that have been written in a certain secret code that the Sims community has since deciphered, and there were a bunch of story related messages in these cryptic texts. There were messages like ... for I cannot do this without you, or forgive me my dear Avelina, and beware of Greg. Whoever Greg is, I assume it's going to be an NPC, or like someone that you could also play with, of course, but just like a Tony, or will you be my fated mate, or I survived the century conflict. So like very cryptic messages that kind of suggest that there's going to be a lot of lore within the world of the new pack, and I am very curious about this. It could mean that it's just lore implications and lore integrations like they did with cottage living and with the wedding pack, which I both really liked as like lore integrations, because in those two worlds you could speak to the townsfolk and just gossip to get some of the lore, or in the wedding pack in Tetosa you could go and catch some hidden messages in some water bottles that get sent ashore, and then you can read them, and that way you get some of the deeper lore of the neighborhood. And so it could potentially mean that this is going to be like something like this, and it's just going to be a neighborhood with a lot of lore that is kind of like told through the people or their stories, or something like the bottle post mechanic and stuff. However, Strangerville as well as the Star Wars pack that we're not going to talk about also were both game packs, and those were 2 game packs who were very heavily story focused. And I kind of feel like, I mean, the Star Wars pack was like kind of recent maybe, however, like both of those have been a long time ago, so we haven't gotten any story packs like this, and I've never been the biggest fan of the story packs. I absolutely loved, or still love, the build items from the Strangerville pack. I like it still, but I don't like the story aspect, or at least I've never really played with it. It has never really interested me to play like a pre-established story. However, I could imagine that there maybe are people who like this, and that they maybe do this again, and maybe they do it again with the werewolf pack. I don't know, they have never had a crossover of like supernatural Sims and a story pack, so I don't really know how that would work. But I don't know, I just kind of have a feeling, or I don't know, I kind of feel like it's maybe going to be a story pack, and I don't really know how I feel about that, and I would love to hear your opinion on this like theory or suspicion in the comments. Maybe you're watching this video when the trailer was already out and we have a little bit more information, so then maybe this is a little bit outdated, but I just wanted to let you know that was my theory at this point in time, so that I can say it in case it gets confirmed and nobody would believe me that I thought of that beforehand if I wouldn't say it. So I just wanted to get that out. And the third reason why I wanted to build with Strangerville is just like a dumb reason. It's just because the 4th seasons of Stranger Things came out, and always when I see like posters for Stranger Things and stuff, I always think of Strangerville because I like have too much Sims on my mind. I don't know if that's normal. I don't think it is, but I don't know, I'm happy with it. And so yeah, every time that I walked past a Stranger Things poster, I had to think of Strangerville. And so maybe that also played into the fact that I have now built a specific Strangerville build. However, I have not watched whatever is out of the new season of Stranger Things yet. I'm very excited to do so, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, so please no spoilers in the comments. But yeah. So I have not really talked about this build much yet. So it's a pretty classic starter house. We have a pretty simple floor plan. We have 3 bathrooms, we have 2 bedrooms, and we sort of have like a kitchen on the left-hand side of the entranceway, and then we have a dining and living room on the right-hand side. The interior of this is not going to be like the most fancy big thing you've ever seen, because this is a starter house in a very, very big house. I mean, it's like a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, and completely furnishing this with like just this small budget, especially because I always also wanted to do these special roof decorations that I think make Victorian builds so unique and that I absolutely wanted to execute. Yeah, those also did cost a lot of like unnecessary money, if you want to say it like this. So I really only had like 8,000 or 7,000 simoleons left for the interior, which is not a lot of money, as you can assume. So I kept it kind of bare, but I have to say I really like it in the end. I did use a lot of debug. I don't know if a lot is right, but I did use some debug to kind of make it more lifted and cluttered without spending a lot of money on like for survival unnecessary decorations. So I, for example, made some fake plants. I made some plants within a fake vase, because in debug there is this bottle that you can size up, and then you can put like a little bush or something into it, and then I placed them together and placed them on the dining room table. So that way I cheated out of needing to use money to place like some flowers down and stuff, but I still tried to keep it fairly detailed and stuff. I really like the interior of this. I hope that you like it too. I think it's going to be awesome for gameplay. Upstairs there is no real furniture yet in the 2nd bedroom, so I decorated the master bedroom, but the 2nd bedroom is kind of empty. So if you want to have like some children with your Sims, I hope that your Sims can also make like a little bit of money in the first few weeks or a few days of their lives, so that you can have some basic furniture for their children's bedroom, because the budget just wasn't enough, but I still really liked the outline of the floor plan, so I just kept it that way. But back to the topic of the new game pack, the werewolf game pack, because I think in the Sims community this is like sort of collectively what we're all most excited for at the moment. I just saw that The Sims Germany leaked the cover for the pack, and we got to see some of the outfits and also how the werewolves are going to look, which I already saw Nando, House of Nando on Twitter. I can link them down in the description. However, I already saw them talking about how they kind of look like the Cats musical movie stuff with Taylor Swift and I can kind of see it, but I'm also very excited for how they look. I don't think they look that bad. And also we kind of saw on one of the guys, we saw some scars, so we maybe get body scars. I really hope that we also get body hair, because I think that's what all of us are hoping for and expecting most with this pack. And so if the Sims does not deliver that, I don't know what is going to happen in the Sims community. So I really hope that's going to happen. Also just for myself and my own like gameplay and making sense, I think that's like a very like realistic part to be included in Create a Sim and just like the perfect pack for it. So let's hope we're going to get body hair, but I'm also already excited for some body scars. And yeah, with that, this build is almost complete. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you really enjoyed and liked this video. If you would consider subscribing, it would make me super duper happy, and I hope we'll see each other again.